up, amazing tarot family? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name is Annie, and I am going to read your tarot cards after two very important announcements here on my channel. The first one being I am modifying my way of reading ever so slightly. So moving forward, I'm highly encouraging you all to specifically watch tarot readings for your rising sign. The reason being, when I know someone's rising sign, it immediately tells me a lot more about what's going on in their birth chart based on planetary movements and transits in the sky. And yeah, the main goal being I want to deliver even better tarot readings moving forward, so I'm going to give this a try. You are welcome to watch whatever video you want. If you are a sun sign Taurus and you want to watch Taurus, that's fine. I'm just putting in a plug that if you know you are a rising sign Virgo, it would be more accurate and possibly more helpful to you to watch your rising sign. That's the first announcement. I'm very excited to share these kind of new reading formats with you, but they will be very similar. I'm still going to do love readings and occasionally career and money readings, okay? Second announcement is that I have reached 1,000 subs on Instagram, which is awesome, but it's awesome for you guys because I'm doing free tarot giveaways. I'm going to be doing 3 mini giveaways. You will get to submit a question to me privately if you are a winner, and we will figure out what you need from your reading. But what you need to know first and foremost is how to enter the contest. I am asking everyone to leave a comment on any video of your choice, like this one, for instance, here on YouTube, commenting on the 3 qualities you admire most about yourself. So that could be anything, right? That could be creativity, intelligence, loyalty, honesty, kindness. After those 3 adjectives, those 3 descriptor words, I want you to put the hashtag Team Teacup, because that will let me know that you are actually entering the contest and not just leaving a random comment about a video. I will announce the winner on Sunday, May 9th. I will respond to your comment and ask you to shoot me an email so we can figure out what you want from your tarot reading. You can enter as many times as you want, but 1 entry is 1 comment. So you can leave as many comments as you want. It can be the same descriptors. It can be different ones. That's up to you. Other than that, happy Taurus season. Let's hop into your tarot readings. What's up, Leo rising especially? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. Let's read your tarot cards. As always, guys, general messages here on YouTube. That means not everything I say will resonate with every single one of you out there. Come into these readings with an open heart, an open mind, and only take away what resonates for you, what fits your circumstance and scenario. Release the rest, okay? You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. All right, here we go. Let's talk about your love life. Let's start there. Let's talk about your dating life for those who are sort of single or somewhere in between that and connected to someone. What's coming in the dating life, please? All right. An offer that you have to think about or vice versa. Oh, interesting. Okay. So there's an offer extended to you and you think about it, but then I think you choose to decline it. Unless this might be your person too. So hold on. Let's come up for my Leo risings. Okay, so you have options, you have decisions. It could be between a Leo, a Cancer, or a Gemini, and meaning another Leo, of course. But yeah, I think there's someone who you're sort of fixated on, but I don't know, you might be at a distance, you may have to travel to go see them. But it seems like there's someone else who's interested in you and expressing some sort of offer or asking you out, this or that. And either you're not interested because you just don't like them, or as tempted as you may be to consider the offer, it's almost like you're holding yourself back or saving yourself for the one that you really want. That's sort of what I get from this. So, what do I want to clarify here? I mean, the Ace of Pentacles, and quite literally the way it's being depicted, it's like an offer comes out. But yeah, both of these indicate to me, especially because you have multiple zodiac signs coming out, just for starters, like out the gate in your whole sort of house of self, the identity, your ego, who you are at this point, sort of in regards to the relationship. You're one of 3. So either your person has options or you're deciding between options. You are right in the middle here. So I don't necessarily think that most of you are the option, but with the 7 of Cups coming up in your person's sort of area, your dating life, there are options making themselves known. So they're not all good, they're not all bad, it's just there are options. That's kind of what I get from that. So I'm sort of trying to figure out how I want to clarify this. In fact, okay, let's just throw one on each. If you are dealing with these zodiac signs, and if you're not, then hey, I don't know what to tell you, but if you're dealing with a Gemini, I don't know. There may be something over with a Gemini, but you're still harping on it, or vice versa. I think this person is still peeking in, but it's possible that this person is taken already. Like they've already started dating someone, and that seems to be the person that you're romanticizing about is they're already taken. Yeah, I think you're in your head about it. And the way that flipped out, Spirit is definitely wanting me to see like, yeah, do you see how by holding on to this person of the past, and Ten of Swords indicate it's kind of ended, you're kind of doing more damage to yourself than good. Holding on to it is literally keeping you trapped, entangled in memories of the past. The thing is, I don't know, you may have a really good offer coming in from a Cancer, but you might just not be ready to accept it right now. Maybe you're still doing some healing and grieving work, and that's really good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Take your time before you rush back out there. Others of you, it seems like someone's interested in you and you're just like, no, like you don't even want to entertain it. I don't know. Why is that? Why is Leo so, because some of you, it seems very like adamant that you're just like, absolutely not. Yeah, because there's feelings for someone else. And ironically, if there are 3 people involved in this story, and I'm not necessarily indicating cheating or infidelity because I don't get that, it could be that it's one of those classic scenarios where everyone is still kind of holding on to their ex, and so people can't see what's right in front of them. That's sort of what I get here for a lot. Like you still may be harboring feelings for an ex, and so when this person makes an offer to you, that's going on, but then this person has someone else, and there's a lot of people. If you're dealing with a Leo, it's funny. It's the same scenario. This Leo is actually going through what you're going through as well. So if you guys could see each other, there's potential there, but yeah, it's like there's an offer being made, but this person isn't wanting to accept it, or they're just not seeing it. So have you made your intentions known, I guess would be my question there. And then if you're dealing with a Cancer, what's the deal? The Cancer's like, yes, come on in. I got lots of passion for you. Yeah, especially a male Cancer, especially a male Cancer with some Leo in their chart, maybe someone who's kind of cuspy. Yeah, so you have at least 3 zodiac signs coming up here. And of course, it doesn't have to be any of those signs. But again, I'm just going to indicate there's lots of options here. There's lots of people. There's 10 of Pentacles. How much do you love yourself? Do you value yourself right now? Because that's sort of, I don't know, I'm wanting to say that's sort of bleeding into your romantic life. So make sure that you're treating yourself with love and respect, because you're sending signals inadvertently to how the quality, the type of love you're willing to accept from other people is sort of what I get from that. So, all right, let's talk about long-term partnerships and commitments for those who relate to that. So, 7th house activity. You can choose to view this as business partnerships. This is like contracts, long-term contracts. So what can I tell Leo rising about long-term commitments? Something in the music industry, or someone who's a musician, for one thing, you need to sleep on it. You need to rest on it before rushing in and signing on the dotted line, even if it's like a marriage contract, right? You know, metaphors, symbols. Because you may have a better opportunity that comes in, or again, this kind of, it's a very similar, the message here. It's like you do have an option, and it's like you're holding on it because you're wanting to wait and see what pans out on another opportunity or another person. Because you're still, you still got love for, in this one, it looks like a water sign from your past, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Or a new beginning. The choice is yours. Yeah, there's definitely a sentimentality about someone from the past here. Tell me a little bit more. Where's this headed? You're going to go back to the past. And you certainly never have to, but that's sort of what I see happening in terms of like a long-term partnership this week anyway, and energy is fickle. It does change. Yeah, it's like I would never advise you to not go and explore that thing you're thinking about. For a lot of you, that thing you're thinking about, though, ends up being back in somewhere in your past. But it's almost like you had to move away from it to realize what you were missing. That's sort of what I gained from this. I have to be honest, I don't see... I like this message a lot in terms of long-term partnerships, because the cards are just generally more positive. There's a lot of stuff here about musicians. So if that makes sense, I don't know if you're dating a musician, or someone's going off on tour or something of the sort, they had to go record in some studio, or I don't know what that is. And maybe that's you, Leo. There's sort of, I'll say it this way, someone is pursuing some sort of creative or artistic career or job, but it puts you at a distance from them. But I think this person will find their way back home. There's a lot of messages here of just that word home, like going back to the past, your roots, your foundation, where you started. Yeah, a lot of water energy there, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So for some of you, there may be someone who has very strong water in their chart who ends up being a long-term partner of yours, or it could be if they were a long-term partner, depending on where you're at, it's almost like you guys had to take a break to find each other again. That's sort of what I see going on there. So let's talk about your money. Yeah. If you can let go of that thing that didn't work out, it's almost like the money that was spent that you know you'll never get back. That in itself, it's going to be a really positive way to hit reset, and then you can be off to the races again. I feel like, as cheesy, as kind of cliche as it is, whatever it is, that missed opportunity or that lost opportunity, it was frustrating, but there's something better up ahead. So as difficult as it is to hear, it's not worth spending a lot of time grieving over it, because ultimately it's aligning you to what is meant for you. And I know that's hard to hear in the moment, especially if it's for some of you, you had booked travel or planned a trip to go somewhere and it didn't work out. So I don't know if you completely lost you had to eat the price of the ticket, or someone said, oh, actually, you can't go with me. Whatever it is that has to do with your money and possibly travel plans. Yes, something has been spilled, something has been lost, but there's also something to be gained here. And what I'm getting is what's gained is actually very significant, but it really does have to do with having faith, because you can't see it yet. You don't really know what this is to be gained right now. You're just like, well, this is a loss. How could this possibly be good? Well, that speaks a lot about your attitude, Leo, right? Sorry. Now I'm being sassy with you. There's absolutely something to be gained. Victory, confidence, courage. Aligning to a better team. Because I'm hearing like something about stiff competition, but it's good. It's playful. It's like banter. It's like... it's competitive, but it's healthy competition. It's friendly. It's finding people who are on the same team as you, who want the same things, who have similar goals and desires. And again, this has to do with your money. Yeah, sometimes when you uproot yourself and end up having to sort of plant new seeds or lay a new foundation, you discover something that it feels like it was always missing from your life. Like you find something better is what I'm trying to say. And it's not to say that what you had here was bad. I mean, you obviously saw value in it because you're sad to leave it behind or move away from it. But I think it actually feels like you got out-competed. Or if you were competing for a role, it's like someone beat you to it. That's another message I'm getting. When you start to lay the foundation or plant new seeds, either a new offer comes along, or as you invest more in this new project, this new title, this new job, this new relationship, whatever it is, something of great value comes about it, and there's a lot of joy. There's a lot of inspiration. There's a lot of elation that comes from it. Yeah, and in terms of your long-term career, there's something you're wrapping up where it became more of a burden and a responsibility than I think you desired, but ultimately than what you were meant to undertake. And I mean, because for a lot of you who Leo risings, if Virgo does rule your second house, you earn money in a way that is very service-oriented. You essentially enjoy being that person. Only it's almost, this is very similar to this the Sagittarius reading I did too. You may have undertaken too much, where the burdens or the parts of the job you didn't like far outweighed the stuff that you did and what you did see reward in. So honestly, I think this is about leveling out the playing field again, or rebalancing the scales. Some of you may be going back to school or taking on some sort of role as a student, or acquiring new information, new knowledge. You may be taking courses online. You may be honing in on some sort of skill and increased aptitude in development. I'm hearing the word like intellect. So gaining new knowledge, and maybe it adds to your body of work, your skills, your resume, that kind of thing. Something good comes from the seeds you have already planted, but you're being asked to expand, to not just settle for what you have. There's room for growth coming in for you. You need to keep... I'm hearing the word resilient. You need to maintain a very close commitment to your health regimen. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? Your body is your temple, that kind of thing. So whatever it is that you're looking to do to build up your endurance, you need to be very protective of your body and your energy and make sure you're eating right and getting enough sleep. Your body is your temple, so you have to make it that machine that can go. And some of you are already doing that, but you're working too much. So or by default, I don't want to say harming your body, but you're overdoing it. Yeah, there's too much work being put into something where, again, what you're getting back isn't meeting your needs or your criteria, but also I don't know, I'm sort of getting it's doing damage to your body or even maybe to your psyche. So in the future, some of you are wrapping up a job or a role or something where it was too burdensome. There were too many loose pieces and loose ends, and it became like a chore. It wasn't something you enjoyed anymore. The money was probably good, but so I guess it seems like some of you were at a crossroads. What pieces and parts of this that I enjoy can I take with me into this next chapter, and where can I delegate new responsibilities elsewhere? Because it's more than just I don't enjoy this, it's that it's taxing, it's burdensome, and I almost feel like people are taking advantage of your kindness and your willingness to take on all this stuff. It's like, this really isn't my job anymore. Like, I didn't mind doing it, entry level, this and that, but 5 years later, someone else needs to file the paperwork. It's that type of thing. And it's not about ego or anything like that. I get it. You have outgrown that responsibility, and yet you're still being slapped with it. That's sort of what I get from this. Yeah, some of you are going to give notice. Honestly, in your upcoming, I wouldn't say immediately, but I would say a lot of you are planning an exit strategy. And I think you're going to get a lovely farewell, because that's the thing. As much as there's parts and pieces of this that you like, but there's also a lot that you don't like. I do think those people really value you, but I think when you finally give notice, or I don't want to say ultimatum, but have that talk about, listen, here's what I need, or else it is kind of an ultimatum. I think it's possible there may be negotiations to get you to stay, because these people like having you on their team. And again, you don't have to. Some of you, I sense that you're really eager to travel. Travel may be coming in for, especially in your relationships too. And what I'm sort of getting is you're going to get a nice little swan song of a goodbye, or if there's a goodbye party or something, or where, there's an exit from your current workplace or job title, whatever. There's going to be a lot of praise and admiration for what you brought to the company or to the role. But yeah, I don't know. My gut reaction is that a lot of you're just done with it. You're burnt out. It doesn't give you joy anymore. And because you are fairly money savvy, I think you guys know that this is replaceable. As much as you may have settled and created roots at this establishment, there's just something where it's lost its pizzazz, it's lost its magic. And again, I always want to acknowledge we're not always in a place where we have the luxury of being choosy about money. But for my Leos who have, banked up some money at this long-term commitment, a lot of you are at the point where I think you're more willing to take a risk now, because you just don't see value in what used to be. 8 of Cups. Make no mistake about it. This is a card of bravery, about walking away from what is familiar and what has been known, and literally walking off into whatever is, up the road. We don't really know. There's a sense of mystery. But you have to remember the 8 of Cups always shows that moon up in the sky, which is about following your intuition. If you feel the calling elsewhere, it's probably for a very good reason. And where are you selling yourself short? Where are you cutting yourself off of dreaming those big long-term dreams, right? I think you're going to find a new group of people that you really enjoy working with, or taking on new clients that you really enjoy working with. There's something about finding better compatibility, even especially in the workplace. I don't mean romantically, but... And again, for some of you, this is very bittersweet, because you did make good connections at this environment, this place, and you enjoyed the people you work with, but it's not for you in the long term. So it's sort of coming to terms with the idea of, okay, I have to face that next chapter, but it does take a lot of bravery and courage on my part. But Leo risings, if anyone can do it, it's you. What's the home situation like? The house and the home? I'm curious, because I just sense that there's travel opportunities coming up for you guys. Let's see what's up. You do have the moon there. So a culmination or completion. Because for my Leo risings, your 4th house, which has to do with your roots, your home, your ancestry, your upbringing, a lot of times your mother or maternal figure. There was a full moon in Scorpio recently, depending on when you watch this, and it brings things to culmination or completion. So something has finalized in your home environment. Now that could just be a simple project. Maybe you've been doing house repairs, but for a lot of you, you may have outgrown your current environment in more places than one. Maybe this is symbolic for many areas of your life. Maybe for some of you, it feels like everything is crashing right now. Maybe you just got out of a relationship. Maybe you're thinking of leaving your job. Maybe you're thinking of traveling. That sounds like a lot, Leo. But again, I mean, if that's what excites you, then I don't know. A lot of you are moving towards a bigger career. There's a stellium in Taurus right now, which rules your 10th house. So there's a lot of focus. There's 5 planets there right now, including planet Uranus, which shakes things up. It drastically rebels against the status quo. And so that's what's going on in your career life and will be for a while. Again, that's nothing to fear. In fact, you've been living with it for years now. Maybe you haven't even known it, right? But yeah, things are shaking up for the better. So trust that if you're feeling called elsewhere, it's for a good reason. Listen to your own heart, because only you know what is best for you. But also you're responsible for what you make of this lifetime too. So there's a lot of power, there's a lot of responsibility, but I would also argue there's a lot of enjoyment to be found too, away from the comfort zone. Let's see. I see you doing like the Queen's wave, like bidding farewell to the people. You're going to get a lot of attention when you leave, or when you make some sort of I did want to say dramatic, but also drastic announcement, especially to pursue something career-wise that is very artistic or very unusual, acting, singing, dancing, music. A lot of you, you're just like, goodbye, goodbye. It's been nice knowing you all. That's funny. That's cute. Yeah, the moon. I like this, especially something in acting, and the arts is coming up too. I know this sounds a little bit off the wall, but even the idea of working with people who are like kind of famous or celebrities, there's something about that coming through with the Queen of Wands, and specifically this depiction of the moon. People who kind of live in fantasy land or live very lavishly. Okay, if it's not fame, it could be people who are just very wealthy. And maybe you're going into people's homes and doing something like that. I don't know. To me, these are both travel cards, though. So even if you're not uprooting your home, there's some sort of opportunity for great action. I'm hearing the word like a new course. And maybe that has to do with education, a new course. I don't know. But even so, I would argue, where is this? It seems like you guys are taking a huge leap of faith to travel. It's like the globe is right next to you. You're thinking about it. It's just a matter of getting on the plane or getting in the car or doing what I would even say is a little bit eccentric or off kilter or a little bit unexpected, a little bit wacky. And maybe it's because you don't know a lot of people on the other end. You may be moving to a place where either there would be a lot of solitude and a lot of quietness, or, it could be the hustle and bustle of the city, but you don't know a lot of people there. It's possible, maybe it's, your spouse or this or that, or I don't know, you may be moving in with someone but there's something about you would almost be like a foreigner, like a stranger, or out of your element, but in a way that I think you find very exciting or alluring or invigorating. Get in the car, just go. Just go. I feel like that's universe like we've been expecting you. Yeah, travel. I've been seeing travel everywhere. And this is not a unique message. This has come up in a lot of readings so far. I think just based on where we're at with the whole COVID thing, right? There has been a lot of progress being made, and I don't mean to be insensitive either. Travel in itself is sort of, a first world problem, so to say. But I think people learned a lot in the last year about themselves and about what they want, and things they want to invest more energy into, and the opposite, who or what they're investing too much into, that again, it's a tapped well. It's an empty resource. It's not doing anything good for them. So whether this is physical travel, or I would even say like mental exploration, right? There's something about you're expanding your territory away from what is familiar and what is known. And I get the idea that there's a lot of people who might be trying to change your mind or sort of instill fear in you of, oh, well, have you thought about this? And what if this happens? And I have to be honest, Leo, given a little time and thought, that's what you're being asked to do with the Four of Swords. I think you're going to do it. I think a lot of you are going to do it. Doesn't mean you're doing it in complete and utter confidence, but of course you're not, right? In what new situation are we like, I got this, it's in the bag. I mean, if you could do it that way, that's fantastic. But I think you're being realistic. I think you're being pragmatic. But I think I'm almost getting this idea of it's now or never. If I don't try this, I'm always going to regret it. And so there's your answer. If this makes sense to you, if this is your reading, right? Five of Swords. It's literally, if you don't do it, you'll always look back and regret it. And this may have to do with acting or something, again, an entertainment showy type stuff. All right, Leo, what else do I need to tell you? Let's go around the zodiac for quick, let me not yell into the microphone. I always do that because it's right here. Yeah, let's do this one. A quick around the zodiac for whoever you're dealing with. I'm going to read it romantically, but one for each zodiac sign. Where are they at with my Leo risings? All right, here we go. If you're dealing with another Leo, what's the energy this week? Thank you. 10 of Swords. This person feels attacked. I actually don't think this is an ending. I think this is an important or heavy conversation that needs to be had, and either someone is anticipating the worst from it, or it's shocking and they're frustrated or annoyed by the news. But I don't know. I don't think this is over because it's showing up with Cupid love arrows. In fact, a Leo may be approaching you with a love offer, and you're just like, you didn't know it was coming. But yeah, Ace of Pentacles, there's a new opportunity or a new beginning coming in. All right. If you're dealing with another Leo and you've been with them for a long time, someone might be proposing marriage, but I would offer whoever is proposing marriage, the other person might not be ready for it yet. All right. If you are dealing with a Virgo, it's a match. Date them. You're probably going to connect with a Virgo on a dating app soon, if you are on the apps. They might be significantly older than you, or they may have something very specific, a very specific facial feature that is eye-catching. I'm not sure if it's good or bad, but there's something very, I don't know if it's like a dimple or a mole or a piercing, or there's something very specific about their face. If you're dealing with a Libra, they're considering their options. They love the attention. They love the thrill of the chase, but I'm not sure how in it they are. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, they present as a little standoffish, but they would treat you right. This person may actually struggle with some sort of addiction issue. It could be codependency, but for most of them, it's like love is like a drug to them. But they may also struggle with like addiction issues, so just be cognizant of that. I think they're like trying to get clean, or they may be sober, but that may be very fresh for them. So err with caution on that. If your gut reaction is giving you weird vibes, then I would trust it. But I do think the Scorpio would treat you right, but it may be oppressive. It may be too much too soon. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, yeah, definitely. Full of potential. Lots of communication coming in. And it's solid. It's cute. It's probably new-ish, but I like it. Or leveling up or moving things to the next level. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, happiness, sunshine, love it, beautiful, beachy, go to the beach and hang out. There's something like it, very sexy, lots of sex with that one. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, yes, absolutely, they're in love with you and they like your ass. If you're dealing with a Pisces, they cry about you a lot. You broke their heart, didn't you? Yeah, they have stars in their eyes about you still, even though I think it's over. I think they're very worried you have other options. Or it's possible they're pretending that they do, but they're holding out for you. Really, I think it's the opposite. I think this person is petrified that you've moved on from them. But yeah, there's some heartbreak that needs to be discussed there if you're wanting to repair it. If you're dealing with an Aries, they're not good at responding to your texts or vice versa. Someone's annoyed that you don't text them enough. But they dream about you. They fantasize about you. They have a lot of passion for you. They would like to grow something with you. But one of you has options. That's why they're not responding. It's like the writing is on the wall with this one. The reason they're not responding is the exact reason you think it is. It's because they haven't decided who they want to pick yet, but there's too many people involved here. If you're dealing with a Taurus, they're probably going to come travel and see you. This Taurus actually has kind of a fun, wild streak about them, which is, or is this you? Okay, that might be you sort of disrupting their mental peace. Here's the thing, I meant peace of mind. I think this could work, but there's certain, it's like, I'm hearing the word like zones and territory, safety, there's certain rules this person has, which I think at first are going to drive you nuts. But the thing is, I think they do it to protect their own energy. But here's why I like this. I think you could learn a lot from each other. In a sense, I think you're very different, but there's a lot of commonalities and common ground. And this could be a tricky or aggravating relationship if you are both too set in your own ways. However, there's a lot you could learn from each other. The name Jason, I don't know if that means anything to anyone. That name is coming up. All right, and let's see. If you're dealing with a Gemini, what's the deal with Gemini? This person is sad to lose you. There's a couple messages here with the Gemini. For some of you, a Gemini just abruptly ends something with you. They're just like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm walking out. I'm being single. Almost like without notice. For others of you, it's almost the opposite. It's like someone who has been pining over you forever just walks up to you and they're like, oh my God, I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. That doesn't sound very Geminian to me. However, they could have a lot of other things going on in their chart. Okay, especially a Gemini from the past who you haven't heard from in ages, thank you, may reach out to you, and it's out of the clear blue, but it's almost like they're coming in with, they're telling you a lot. This person may even like sext you, and you might not even know this person very well, or it might be someone from the past who you haven't heard from in ages, and it's a little bit unexpected or surprising or shocking. Something about it is shocking, so either someone just ups and leave you if you're with a Gemini and you're like, where did that come from? Or for most of you, it's the opposite. It's like someone reaches out to you and they're telling you everything. That looks interesting. That looks like Drama City. But it's not all bad. Like, it could be good. I don't know. There's something about comic books with that one. If you're dealing with a Cancer, there's going to be a reunion and a celebration. You have a lot of party animal vibes here, Leo. So maybe this is you, but you may have a habit of dating people who are like the life of the party, but they're not necessarily good for your long-term stability. I just see like a pattern repeating itself. So just be cognizant of that. Make sure you're dating people who want the same things you want, whether that's long-term or not, or hit it and quit it, that's fine. But like there's something about you seem to be aligning with people who are like extremists, like all or nothing. And that can be a little bit troublesome when you guys are still kind of figuring it out and feeling each other out. I don't know. Again, something about the Gemini may factor into this. A Cancer who's like a party animal, you may end up hooking up with this person. Even if they're just like a friend or someone you know, someone who's been in your life for a long time, you guys may get intoxicated and like act on feelings. Yep. Intoxicated. Your brain is drowning in liquor or alcohol and you're just like, oh, hey, they look good. But you might regret it, so just be careful with that. All right. Leo rising, that's what I got for you. Remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, enter the contest for a free tarot giveaway if you would like to. There are instructions on how to do that at the beginning of the video. Other than that, I will see you next time for more tarot. Bye.